Testing. Oh, is that right? Normal, 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 normal. Maybe I moved that the right way. Maybe not. Is there sound? Okay. Oh. Well, actually, that was slightly better. Okay. Hello, everyone. Paint by Nate here. Back for one more week. Hope you had a good New Year's. Mine was pretty good. I just made a lot of fondue. It's nice. So today, I'm just gonna do a little mountain, or no mountains today. I got mountains on the brain. We'll do, what will we do? Just gonna do like a bridge. Like CR mentioned he wanted to see a bridge. This is very loose canvas. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna do a little bridge. Oh, my little spray bottle, otherwise I would have sprayed this, but that's okay. So we'll do a little bridge and see how it turns out. Luckily, bridges aren't super hard to paint. They can be. Just depends on how crazy you want to get with them. So I just put a little bit of liquid white on here and I'm smearing it around. Hopefully get all the brush hairs off. Might need a little bit more than this actually. Let's put that up here. And I have the gray canvases, so it's a little easier for me to see where I've already put the liquid white. I highly recommend these if you can pick them up. They don't sell them everywhere, so sometimes you just gotta get them direct on the Bob Ross website. But those are the ones I like to use now. I also have a bottle of the, maybe I can put this down. You can just buy this if you don't have the canvases. They have gray gesso you can get, and you can throw that on kind of the same way. Okay. I think that's good enough there. I'll tear some paper towels off before I get started. Let's see how many we use this thing. I think last time I used 15, so this time let's try to use 14. Here. I'll just set these down here. A little easier to grab on the bottom. Alright, wipe a little bit of the excess white out here on my brush. It's okay to have a little bit when you're getting started. Don't matter too much. So. Alright. So we're going to start. We're going to mix a little bit of Phthalo Blue and Sap Green together. But first I'll just tell you what the colors I've got. Almost all of them, but some yellows are missing. We've got bright red, cad yellow, yellow ochre, sap green, dark sienna, Van Dyke brown, midnight black, believe. No, this is phthalo green. Sorry, phthalo green, midnight black, crimson, phthalo blue, Prussian blue, white. I'll need to remember these are mixed. Normally I have black here, so hopefully I don't grab the wrong one. Well, that's okay. Even if I do, doesn't matter too much. All right, so let's grab some green, sap green, and some, just repositioning there. Sap green, and some phthalo blue. This should be like a misty, foggy color. Let's test it first. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's not too bad, but I'll get a little bit more green. Just a little bit. And I'm tapping the brush. This is probably the most important step here. The rest of it isn't super important. All right, let's tie this. Oh, it's a little bit better. Oh yeah, that's all. I'm just gonna go all over, kind of like this. Because this is gonna look like a forest. And I'm just gonna blend it out. Here and there. I just want a lot of motion. Lots of motion. And it kind of looks like trees. And you can also do this. This will also give it kind of a, looks like things are standing up back there. Almost out the bottom. I don't want to go all the way to the top. There. So we got some motion going on there in the background. Also have like a billion hairs coming out of the brush. That's okay, because I caught them before they got on the canvas. Very important step. Okay. Now, need another brush for paper towel already, because we're already going through them. Let's add in some same color, maybe a little bit more blue here. Wow, that's a lot of blue actually. Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna make some water. It's too much blue, that's okay for water. And I want some black, not the green. Although phthalo green wouldn't look too bad if I did pull that in there. But for now, I'm just gonna try it. Use some black. Now we're gonna start down here. Normally I start out here and pull in, but this one, it's gonna be a little bit different. So. So you run out to the middle. And we're going to come all the way to the center. And I'm going to blend outwards. Normally I blend outside in. See, I even did it there, I have it. Now we're starting in the middle and blending out. Something like this. And I want it to be more dark here in the bottom, so I'm just going to add a little bit more pressure down there. Same over here. Pressure. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. It's probably good enough. Bump my head on the ceiling. One day. They have other studios here that are a little bigger, but I don't really need a bigger space yet. Okay, let's take, I'll put this 2-inch brush down. We're kind of done with this for now. Take some Van Dyke Brown, a little bit of Van Dyke Brown. And then I'm going to use, I don't have liquid clear. I just have some regular linseed oil. Normally I'd use liquid clear for this because it works a little bit better. But so I'm going to take this liquid clear, throw it into that. Or I said liquid clear, it's just linseed oil, it's nothing fancy. Throw it there into the straight Van Dyke Brown. Yeah, this is brown, this is sienna. That's green. Now we're going to throw in trees here in the background. Just a couple of big trees here. And then if you go over them more than once, that'll end up making them a little lighter, which is what we want. So I'm just going to take the brush and go over these a couple times. So I don't want these to be super strong color-wise. We just take that script liner and we go straight down to the bottom. They should fade out almost to nothing there at the base. We'll just do a bunch of these. These are going to look like really far away trees. Same way over here. Maybe it's a little crooked. That's fine. There we go. See how it gets a little lighter there at the bottom? That's what you want. Let's go along the side up here. If you're a little shaky, always good. Sometimes I'm not shaky enough. The only thing I really care about is that the base is wider than the top, because it would look a little weird if the tree was taller at the top than at the bottom. Although there are some trees that can grow like that. Sometimes they fall over and they do that. All right, let's just add, I mean, we can add a bunch more, but we'll add a couple here and there. And we'll add some branches. Branches on top. Main thing that we just have the shape now. Actually works really well. I'm just taking the script liner and I'm pushing in and kind of jiggling it. It blends out the sides of it, so it looks like the tree is kind of falling off into nothing. There we go. All right, let's do one more. Yeah, we got time. Why not? We'll do one more of those. Maybe a little bit more oil here. Drip that on the easel there. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. We do one more over here. Looks a little spooky. There we go. Just fill in this edge here. Tree. He's a little crooked, that's fine. Alright, now we just want to add in some branches on these trees. We also want to add in some little indications to trees back here, so pull straight up off into the distance. But we need a bit more oil and a bit more brown for this, otherwise it's going to look weird. So you need a lot of color. If there's no color, then it's just, can't see it. All right, let's add in a branch here. Branch here. And here. It's getting a little lighter, so we need to add some more color. I always try to get most of my color towards the base of the tree, and then as I go up, it gets a little wider. All right. We'll add in some of these indications of trees back here. For those, I'm just kind of, pulling up and off. And most of this will be covered up. I mean, I'm not trying to do crazy looking deep forest, just a little forest, You're back in there, it's kind of foggy. Oh, that one's a little big. He's a little too big. So let's actually just add another tree. Also, when I'm doing some of these, it makes sense to start at the bottom and pull up. I just start at the top and go down because it's a little easier for my brain to process. But if you want the mist to be at the bottom, this is a good way to do it. If you want the mist to be at the top, you can do it the other way. But really, it's up to you. Whatever way works best. And you'll figure that out as you paint. That's not something I can tell you or anyone else can tell you. Let's blend the bottoms. Some of these are looking a little funny. There you go. And I'll add some more sticks on this one. I got a little too crazy with him, so we'll make him less crazy here. Something back there, something right here. And these ones that are too bright, or not bright, what's the word I'm looking for? They're a little too fragmented. You just go over them again, blend them together. That's where you get your shape from. See, now we got something here. Okay, and then the rest of this, I mean, it's gonna disappear anyway, so not super important. But we have time, so we'll just go over this and make it look nice. Add some more back here. Try not to do it too fast or too heavy. I just want an indication of trees back in here. There we go. You could also do this with just the 2-inch brush if you really wanted to. That would go really fast, but up to you. Again, up to you. Okay. I'll just blend some of this out towards the bottom. To blend it, I'm just pulling it straight down. That tree actually looks really nice. I'll leave that. Okay. Alright, so we got some trees back there. You may or may not be able to see them, but they are there. They are there. Alright, so now we're going to use a brush I don't use very often. Yes, I do have that brush. Let's see. Put these in my chocolate jar. This brush, the old brush. I rarely use this, but it's good for this type of thing. We're going to add in a mixture of, it's going to be phthalo blue, sap green, white, kind of the same as this. I'll just mix it over here. Phthalo blue, sap green. Give a little white to this. See, that's not, I'm actually adding some phthalo green here. About too bright. I'll throw Something like this. All right. I don't do too many of these. Just make sure it's mixed up pretty good. There. Grab this sheet. All right. Now, let's run the white colors here. Always the yellows run away. I'll take this color. I want a round brush. Very puffy brush. And we're going to throw in some leaves on these. And they're very sparse, so I'm not going to tap super strong. There's going to be the indication of something going on back there. I might have to tap more than once, which is fine. Just aiming for wherever I had the most branch. And these should look far away. Very sparse. More sparse they are, farther away they are. Okay, something like that. That's good. Okay. So we got these little faraway trees back here. And I'm going to take this same color. Now we're going to push this in at the base of these trees. Again, I'm not pushing as hard as I normally would. Because if I push really hard, then it just mashes right in. Over there, it doesn't matter too much. Same with over here. I'm just kind of trying to shape it in little mounds. These are just little bushes back here. Okay. Get off some of this excess paint, some of the hairs. Under this, I'm going to throw in a little bit of land with the palette knife. So I scraped off a little bit of where I had that the brown from the trees. This is a straight Van Dyke brown. So scraping in some land under the bushes. And under that, I'll take a bit of white, a little bit of sienna. Mix that up, I'll put that over here. That's a good spot. Not super mixed, something like this. And we'll just go back over that, make some land. And I'm going to try and pull it up and to the left. Because that'll make this look like it's kind of falling off here. There we go. Something like so. You're probably thinking, where's he going with this? It'll make sense soon. It'll make sense soon. Okay. So, we're going to take some white. Actually, do I want to use a fan brush for this? I want to highlight these bushes now, but I'm trying to figure out how I want to highlight them. I could use that brush that I used before, but it is a little strong, but yeah, what the heck. Let's use the big brush. Why not? So I'll just, well, my cadmium yellow has run away and he's bumped into the red there, so that might be a little dangerous for later. But that's fine. I just need a light yellow, or light green color, sorry. Grab some liquid white so it's a little sticky. And then we'll just try and push this here on top of this. Just some of them, we're not going crazy with this color. And it really only matters in this section here. And I don't even know if you can see this. You probably can't even see it. We just need it right here. Right in the middle. Over there is going to get covered up, so I'm not even thinking about that. Okay. So we highlight some of that. If I wanted, I could push in some more color here, but I don't really want to. But it might help tie things together, so maybe we should. I'll use a fan brush for this. And we're just going to push in some color down here at the base. This is just to tie these together. Down here in the bottom. And over here as well. Although the rest of it's just kind of for effect. Alright. So, got a little bit of a background here. But we want to add in a bridge. Where do we want to put the bridge? Oh, I know what I was going to do. Let's be even more crazy. So I'm going to take a fan brush. I'm dunking this into liquid white so it's a little sticky. Then we're going to make, because we want this to be water, we need the bridge. Bridge in the middle, we're going to need some water. So this is just straight liquid white. Already got the blue there, so it's going to look nice. If you need more, grab more, as much as you need. But coming up to that land. Going. Oh, got a little waterfall here. And he splashes. Now let's keep going. Keep going. Rocking back and forth. A little bit more white. He's going. Maybe he goes that way too. I don't know. Either way. And he splashes. White. All right, he's going. There'll be land here. Later. I'm just rocking back and forth to make it look like the water's moving. There's some motion. There's some splashes up here, right around where it's going to spill. So we got some rocks up here. And then I think with that, I'll just run it over to the side there, just like that. Just like that. Okay. So now we got two waterfalls. And a bush. Two waterfalls and a bush. Make it into a movie. Okay. I could use this 1-inch brush, but I only have one, so I'm going to kind of leave him to be. We'll go back here and we'll grab these. We're going to use some brown black, sap green, dark colors. Here's some black, here's some brown, some sap green. Do we need any white? I don't think we do. Let's just use these. Brown and black, sap green. Brown, black, sap green. Brown, black, sap green. Fencing in this waterfall here. That side, I'll do the same on this side. Just kind of punching it in there. And I'll use a bigger brush for everything else. This is a little too slow. Too slow for me. Okay. This brush, I'm gonna need this later. I mean, maybe not, well, maybe not. Let's leave them over here. Okay. Now we're gonna put in a little bridge. So I'm gonna take my Van Dyke brown. If you've watched Bob, you kind of know what I'm doing already. So we're going to go up, up, and then we're going to go across. Then we're going to come back down. Grab a little bit more Van Dyke brown. Patch him up over here. Just make sure it sticks. If it don't stick, might need a little bit of magic white or something, liquid white, whatever gets it sticking. Liquid clear usually works. Sometimes you gotta scrape it off though. Okay, now I'm gonna add in kind of the same shape here. Up and over. Up and over. Comes over there. And a little bit more. And then he starts coming down. Oh. Just like that. Make sure I'm looking at it with the right angle. So it's a little tricky from here to see what's going on. All right. I'm going to add in some of these vertical posts. That'll help me out a little bit. Maybe I'll use the, do I have my small knives? That would actually help. This is the bad one. Yes, this one. That's good. Okay. Small knife. And yeah, that's much better. Okay. Right there. Right there. Would have been easier if I just did this to begin with, but sometimes you forget when you're painting and you gotta just roll with it. All right. Might be easier even if I just do this. Oh yeah, that's just easier. So this is just the 1 inch, or the small side of the small knife. bottom that kind of went over too much, you can just kind of flatten those out. Otherwise you might run into problems when we come and highlight this, because we got highlighted. Similar, that color I used to highlight this back here, I'm going to use that. So right on the top of this, there'll be a little bit of highlight. Right there, same over here. Just gives it a dimension. And then it fades off. Then we'll highlight the top as well. Up here. Just kind of tapping a little bit. Trying to get whatever will stick to stick, whatever won't. Won't, that's fine. Here we go. Grab a little bit more here for this corner. I don't even know if you can see this on the recording, but I hope you can. Just a nice little effect. And then these bottom, not all these should have highlights, I don't think, so I'll just do some on the fence posts. Just tapping on the side. Something like that. You can't even see that sunshine. That's okay. Alright. So this is our little bridge. We gotta kind of smoosh him back a little bit. Do I still have this? Yes. So, take this, push around the bottoms of this bridge. So we want to kind of push him back. I don't want it to stick out so much. Like it goes up and over somewhere back there. Okay. And I have a lot of extra color in here, so I'm just going to kind of throw it in. Especially over here. This will all be covered up by land. Yes, I've gone and ruined it. No. Okay. I need a little bit bigger of a brush, probably. 2 inch. That's what I need. Is this one gonna work? Yeah, let's use this one. Okay, so this is black, green, a phthalo green in there, all the dark colors. All right, we're gonna put in some trees. We're gonna put in a lot of stuff here. I should probably highlight that first. Getting ahead of myself. All right, so I'm gonna take this white here because it's a good color, and a bit of ochre. Just highlight the edge of some of these. You don't want these to stand out too much. These are backgrounds. Background highlights, kind of. Should be mostly greenish. Greenish. That is a color. There we go. I don't want them to stand out really at all, just some variation in color. Where's that big brush? There's that big brush. Nice. Big brush. Let's throw in. Oh, do we want a big tree? Let's do a smaller tree over here. Alright, I need a little bit bigger bush right here. Grab some more of those colors. I might even add some crimson in there. This is basically all the dark, even some Prussian blue. All the dark colors. Let's make the big tree over here. See, we covered up all that hard work we did there on that bush. This side. Oops. Over here, I'm going to start tapping like this. So we do need to build in some semblance of land here at some point. Which I will do. I will do that soon. I'm just putting in this base color because it takes a lot of time. Pulling down, but that's just so I remember where to put land later. All right. Just mixing these colors: black, green, crimson, some little bit of Prussian blue in there. Prussian blue is going to be kind of strong though, so you don't want to not go too far with that one. Anyway. Even if we do a lot with that, it's not too bad. Okay, now it looks a little rough. It does look a little rough. Let's grab. Do I have any brown left? Oh, I do have some brown. Actually, that's it green. I do have some. Alright. I'll start doing some rocks in here. Cutting back into the waterfalls are basically. I'm cutting straight to the right and then pulling down. Do that same thing here. Same with this side. Here. Pulling down. I just want it to look like rock edges out here. I like the edge of a cliff almost. This white, mix it with that, a little bit more white, scoop it up, smear it around, white, highlight color. All right, we want the tops of these just to have some highlight. Scraping to the right. Down a little bit to the right. And this one's up and to the right. Same here. Oh, that looks nice. Same here. Now I'll take a little bit more of the dark. This just be a darker highlight, basically, because these are the bottoms. I'll just pull down a little bit on some of the edges here, around the sides. Give it some texture. Everyone likes texture. Everybody likes texture. There. So, now texture. sides here. Got some bushes. I need to fill in around the bushes, or around the land. It looks a little funny. Same here. Just filling in some dark green color. I'll go and do the same thing over here. Just want to tap around the sides. So it doesn't look so broken. So it does look a little broken there. And down here maybe I'll put a little something. Little doers, as they say. Okay. So it's still looking a little funny. So the question is, why is it looking funny? Probably because we haven't highlighted anything. Also haven't done anything with the water around the stones. So it's just a little funny. Looks a little funny. So, where do I want to start? Highlights? Could do that. I kind of want to start with the water though. But no, let's do highlights first. That'll be easier. Just gotta figure out which brush to use. 1-inch brush is always good. Throw liquid white down here. Grab some ochre and yellow. There's some red in there, so who knows what's going to happen here. So I'm kind of smashing it so it's a little nice and full. Where do we want to start? Let's start here. Trying to work around the bridge first, just for my own sanity. Highlights are really what makes this one, so if you don't have the highlights on this, it just looks really funny. Okay, go up here. Actually not breaking the way sorry, 1-inch brush is not breaking the way I want it to. That's usually because I have too much, there we go. Yeah. Too much liquid white. When you have too much liquid white, you get into the situation where the bristles don't really separate at all. Which is annoying when you're trying to highlight something. And you just end up with these blobs, like little blobs of color here and there. Okay. Trying to make sure I aim towards the edges of these cliffs. Just a little bit, not too much. All right, we'll keep going with this. That side's kind of okay. I'll work on this side next. Can't really see that spot. Hopefully it looks good. Just because there's a glare on my easel here. So. Yeah, now we're picking up too much of the liquid color. So we got to add in some titanium white to thicken it up. I don't have. Yeah, there we go. wish I had that one. Actually, do I have that? I do have those, what are those called? Oh, there's a name for them. What are these called? Round, foliage brushes. I could use those here, but I don't want to dirty any more brushes. So we'll just use these and kind of mash in some color here and there. I mean, I could push it really hard and that would look like this. But something like that. I don't know how that looks. There's a weird spot here. I'll fix that. Looks like something. Does look like something. I missed a bit of a spot here on this edge. No, this right here. Something like that. Shouldn't really have any corners like that, I don't think. All the corners should be mushed into foliage. All right. So we're going to do one more little thing here, maybe two more little things. So I'll take a fan brush, same fan brush with the liquid white, actually. Fine. I want to get this into the yellow. I need more. I need actual yellow for this. I want to make, actually I could probably mix this color. Because I have sap green still. I want something that looks like moss on the rocks. And to do that you need a green, a very green color. Because moss is very green. So I basically took my fan brush and I just punched it straight into the I can just show you. It's kind of hard to show you when the white's on it, but I'm just smashing it directly into sap green. And on the edges here, I'm going to make it look like there's a little bit of moss. To do that, you need a very open fan brush, something like that. So I'm just swooshed. And it grows on the edges of rocks. Same here, just a little bit. Put it on the edge of this one. Picked up a little bit too much of the Van Dyke brown there. There we go. Something like that. Grab one more fan brush, a little bit of liquid white here, and then we'll just clean up the edges on some of these. Splash around on the rocks here. Make sure it's kind of tidy. Doesn't have to be super clean. And if I was doing this again, I would probably do all this before I go into each layer, you know. Like I would do this highlight, then do this one, then do that one, but that's fine. But I mean, with this method, you can really do whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, I think that's pretty good for this here painting. I'll do a little signature. Do I have a script line? Yes, I do. Going to, I have to clear out this time, my bright red. Put a little signature on here. Hopefully colors aren't too crazy. I don't really know. Put a signature on this and call it a day. Okay. Oh, this is 6. First 2026 painting. Not prepared. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. A little bridge painting. It's based off of one of the Bob Ross ones. I forget. Someone that has a bridge. There's only a few of those, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day, good week, and I'll see you again soon.